Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I'm just getting ready to take off here. You can see the palm trees in the distance here. I'm not in Idaho. I'm at a little beach in Kona called, I'm going to see if I can pronounce it correctly. I'll put the sign up on the screen. Wai'aha Beach Park. And it's just a tiny little park, but there's a lot of people out snorkeling. I think there's probably even a few surfers out there and so forth. So anyway, I thought I would put the drone in the air and just take a look a little bit. So with that, I'm right underneath a tree, so we're not going to take the drone up very high, at the start here. But let's get the drone in the air. Okay, you can see where I'm sitting here, and the drone is squawking at me quite a bit because it's got a tree above it, it's got things in front of it, nothing behind it, but stuff in front of it. We're going to do our usual droney here, and we're going to get right out over the ocean. We're right on the ocean here. This is something to see, so I'll see if I can fly it in between these two trees here, and we'll get out over the ocean and give you a look. Yeah, there we go. What do you think? How about that? We're not in Idaho anymore, that's for sure. But yeah, anyway, let's just kind of go sideways here and kind of give you a look at this little park. By the way, I did my usual safety check before I started recording here, because I'm actually doing all this just with the camera on the drone. Usually I've got a B-roll camera, etc. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this little park here, and on the Kona side, they're full of these kind of parks. You see a lot of people out here snorkeling, etc. Let's go ahead and give you the big picture. Let's get out there a ways, and you can see what's going on here. So, of course, like typical, there's a ton of development along the shoreline here, and pretty rugged shoreline. So let's bring it in and down and kind of take a look here. I'm going to give myself a look down here, make sure I don't fly into anything, and yeah, I think we're good and clear here. And let's kind of move sideways down the shoreline here and kind of give you a look. And then of course you're looking up the side of the mountain there as we go up. Everything from the shore, you're moving up on this island. There's basically two mountains, Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa. And this is Mauna Loa that we're looking at behind us here. And yeah, so just kind of something that I'm not used to. I don't get to see this kind of stuff very often. So I wish I could tell you the names of all these resorts. I can't. We can go in here and look a little bit. We're not going to get too close to anything, but I know I saw this advertised, and I believe this park right here is a public park as well, and it's advertised as a saltwater pool. So it's in between these two hotels, but it's public. So you literally park on the street, and you can swim there and do some things. But yeah, so let's just take a look around here. There's some pretty dramatic resorts here. This one looks like we kind of had dinner on the other side, or lunch on the other side of this one. This one looks like a ship to me. I don't know if that was intentional or just the way it turned out, but it definitely looks like a ship. Lots of I looked at some of the real estate prices and stuff here. Some of these are condos, etc., and trust me, they are quite expensive. So yeah, it's one. I need to grab a little altitude here. I'm kind of blocked by terrain here a little bit, and I was kind of losing some signal, so kind of got a little carried away there. Let's bring it back towards where I am at, and this gives you a look down the other shoreline here. We'll just keep flying this way, and our signal improves as we come back. I'm right next to a building, so it's kind of blocking my signal. But let's just go down the shoreline here and take a look. I mean, I'm always just, this is so different than, you know, than what I'm used to, that it's impressive to me. We can get down lower here. I don't think we're going to bother anybody. We get down low here, and let's take a look at the surf. You know, I'm kicking myself. I didn't bring a polarizer filter with me, but let's look down, and you can look into the clear water here. We can see pretty good. If I'd have had a polarizer, we'd be able to see in that water. It would have reduced some of the glare, but I forgot to bring one with me. Picking it up there, and that's the little beach that we're at here. Some people out there pretty close by that are snorkeling, so there must be some interesting stuff there to look at. Let's just drop this guy down a little bit. I don't want to get too, you know, those guys are out there swimming, etc. I don't want to get too close, so, but I do want to show you the area and show you how clear this water is. So there must be some pretty cool stuff to look at, because there's a lot of snorkelers. I see them diving down in there, etc. And I think they surf from this spot, picnic, etc. as well. So let's go a little bit down down the shoreline here and give you another look. It's interesting to me how rugged this shoreline is. And I also think it's interesting when you look, if you look at that horizon, it just goes straight up, right? You're always going up a mountain in Hawaii, all the time. Everything is up and down. Our resort is not too far from here. I'm going to do a flight from our resort too, and show you that. We're at the Wyndham World Mark, or World Mark by Wyndham, something like that, resort. Yeah, look at this water, huh? Is this cool or what? I'm going to drop the camera down here, give you a look. That is beautiful. Holy cow. There we go. And we're fairly close, 7 meters. I'm 7 meters off my takeoff point. So let's just go straight up and get the big picture. Look at that. I can't do that in Idaho. I like that. Again, if I'd have had a polarizer on there, I would have got, I think, probably a much better picture. Let's do a reveal here as we pick the camera up. Getting close to max legal here. And there we are, max altitude. And you know what? I see my resort down there. So I'm going to keep moving over here and drop down. See that that building with all the solar panels on top? That's the World Mark Resort, and that's where we're staying, right there. I kind of intended to take off from the parking lot there and kind of fly around a little bit and kind of check things out. I noticed you can hear some music behind me. That's a car going by. We hear a lot of that here, people with their stereos blaring on their car, which is fine. I'm just saying it's something I noticed. Okie dokie. Bring it back towards us and give you another look at this shoreline. I just think this is awesome. Let's see if we can get down low here and bring it back. Get closer to the waves and the shore. See some of those waves crashing against the rocks. Yeah, this is a little bit of heaven for me right here. I'm in normal mode. I'm going to switch to cinema mode so I can slow it down here, slow all my controls down, and kind of give you guys a look at this. Look at this. Holy cow. This is worth seeing. waves crashing against the volcanic rock. I mean, yeah, I presume most of you know, but you know, the islands of Hawaii are all volcanic islands, and still an active volcano here. Yesterday we were at the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, and we got to look at the caldera of the volcano, and it's still steaming and smoking and still active, and they still have active lava flows, etc. Now, I wouldn't be one of those guys that's you know, we see in Iceland, etc., where they fly their drone into the right over the top of the volcano and, you know, melt the bottom of their drone. Not interested in that, but it is interesting to see. Really fun stuff to see here. I'm really enjoying this vacation. Okay, I think we should get in here and maybe do a big droney here from away, just directly away from the beach. So I'm going to bring it in, and again, I see people swimming out there, so I want to stay away from where they're at. And I'm underneath that shade tree right between those two palm trees right there, sitting at a picnic table. We can bring it down and give you a look here. You don't want to get too close, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to come up a little bit. I think I was a little closer than I wanted to be. Okay, picking up that camera, reverse and up, reverse and up. And this is in cine mode, so it's not super fast, but we're going to give you a good look at the area here. About 30 meters high. We're going to stop right there and just keep pulling back on the stick here for a little bit and see if we can give you the big picture. I'm going to throw it into normal mode, get a little more speed up. Back we go. And how about sport mode? Let's send this guy out there a ways. Really give you the big picture. And bring it up in altitude a little bit as we go. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the island of Hawaii, the big island. And again, we're on the Kona side. I always get confused as what they call the windward and what they call the leeward side, but I believe we are on the leeward. But you guys that know the difference, please correct me. All right, that's about it. We've been flying here for just about 15 minutes, so let's bring it back in and bring it in for a landing. We'll do a quick conclusion. Again, I'm doing it all with just the camera on the drone here, so yeah, I just want to make sure my obstacle avoidance was on, and it is. Always pays to double check that stuff, right? And we're going to fly right back between those two palm trees again, and right underneath this tree that I'm under. And we'll just bring this guy on home. Make sure that we don't, and I've got line of sight on the drone. Here we go. And it's already seeing things and squawking at me a little bit, the obstacle avoidance. That's okay, that's what you want it to do. So I'm getting it low enough here that I'm underneath the tree that I'm next to. It's blowing a few leaves around. I'll tell you the cool thing, and I'm going to see if I can get in a little closer here. obstacle avoidance is on. But yeah, so just kind of gave you guys a look at the beach here at this little park. I'm going to see if I can say the name of the park again. And I'm looking at my phone here to pronounce it. Wai'aha Beach Park. And it's a Department of Parks and Recreation, the County of Hawaii. But in any case, let's see if we can land this puppy, and we'll call it good. Anyway, I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Fun to bring you this kind of video from Hawaii. So different than what I normally do.